So for this next little DIY upcycling, I have for you these three little decor pieces that I want to redo, and two of them are from the Dollar Tree. These two, this one just has a little coffee cup, and then this one came with a little house on top that I detached from here, so I just have the wooden block, and then this one was from the Target dollar spot. And so I have here these two packages of window clings, and one is from the Dollar Tree, as you see, that says pumpkin spice and everything nice, and then this one was from the Dollar General. So what I have in mind to do here, I figure, since this has the pumpkin spice latte cup on it or whatever, I'm going to try to use this one on here, and then this one has that long shape, so I'm probably going to try to put that one on there, and then one of these two square ones will go on here. So those are my plans. So now to get started, I'm going to start by removing this little paper thing on the sign, and I'm just going to pull up this little thing, and it comes out that easy. It was held together by a little screw. And that's it. So now I have a clean surface for this. And so what I'm going to be doing now is removing this wall cling. So through the process of trial and error, as I peeled this little window cling up, I realized that the sheet itself is pretty transparent. So that wouldn't work because this would definitely show right through. So I decided to peel up this, it's kind of like a paper on it. So I'm going to just continue to peel it up and then give it a good sanding so that, it won't show through. So the paper pretty much came out intact. It wasn't too bad. So I'm just going to give it, a nice rough sanding with my sanding sponge to smooth out the surface. So I took it down about as much as I could with the sanding sponge, and this is as far as I could get. And so I thought I would just decide to throw a coat of paint on it, of white paint, because I'm probably going to have to do the same to the others as well to keep it from being transparent underneath. So I'm going to go ahead off camera, and I am going to continue giving this a coat of paint. So in the interest of time and video, I went ahead and I gave a little whitewash, just one coat of paint to all of my wooden pieces here. This way I wouldn't run into the same problem later on. So now that they're all dry, I'm just going to put a coat of Mod Podge onto this cup decal and let it dry, and then I'm going to add another layer of Mod Podge on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the Mod Podge on here on the board first, and then just put the whole thing on it, and then I'll cut it down to size once the Mod Podge has a chance to dry. This way I can get a nice, precise, even cut. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And for this one, I'm just going to do the same while I have my little coffee mug drying to the side. I'm just going to add that layer of Mod Podge onto the top so that I could adhere my window cling to this one. And this is so simple, guys. Such a simple, quick and easy DIY to elevate your already existing decor into fall decor. So now I'm just going to take this window cling and I'm going to adhere it and there you have it. And after making my wall cling selection, I'm going to be removing the cling and adhering it to the block, repeating the previous steps as before. So now that the Mod Podge is dry underneath the window cling, it's time to cut off the excess so that we can apply a layer of Mod Podge to the top. And I do apologize. I thought I had pressed record when I was cutting the sides off, and I didn't. So I'm just going to show you what I did. And basically all I did was wait till it dried, and I cut off the excess as close to the edge as possible, and that's all there is to it. And I'm going to do the same thing to that one, and then I'm going to apply a coat of Mod Podge right on top. And for this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to get it right here on the edge, and this is what the excess is, and we're going to just cut it right there, right along the edge. And that's all there is to it. That's how much we cut it. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and we're going to cut that little excess. Try to get it as close to the trim as possible. And that's it. There you have it. So now we're ready to apply a layer of Mod Podge on top. Now that we got them trimmed up, it's just a matter of applying another layer of Mod Podge on top just to seal them all in. And here you have it, all three little plaques after cutting off all the excess of the window clean and adding the Mod Podge to all of them. This is how they came out. I'm just loving them. The only thing that I would say that you have to make sure that you apply the Mod Podge and you brush it in the same direction so that when it dries, it doesn't dry with too many lines. But I'm just loving the way it came out, and even though it was a little bit shorter than the plaque, I was glad I was able to paint it white. So I have the white trim on the top and the white on the bottom, and it blends together. So they make a perfect little set to put in my tier trays or wherever you want to style them.